Is the new City and Color album, The Love Still Held Me Near, worth a listen? Let's find out. Hey everybody, it's Nick here with you. Welcome back to the Rock Squad channel, and welcome to my rock album review for the new album from City and Color. It's called The Love Still Held Me Near. Before we get to it, guys, if you love to rock out as much as we do here on the Rock Squad, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future videos. Make sure to like this video. We'd appreciate that. And make sure to share this video online with your friends and fellow rock fans. The Love Still Held Me Near is the 7th studio album from City and Color, aka Dallas Green. It's the follow-up to 2019's A Pill for Loneliness. And of course, we know that Dallas Green is also a member, singer, and guitar player in the band Alexisonfire. Probably one of the biggest hardcore screamo bands on the planet. And they're actually from right down the street from me. Well, 45 minutes down the street. They're from St. Catharines, Ontario. I'm from Hamilton, Ontario. So I love Alexisonfire. I think that Dallas Green is an immensely talented musician and songwriter and singer. He's got an incredible voice. He's done a lot of great work over the years. I like some of the early City and Color stuff, songs like Save Your Scissors from his first album, and I like some of the mid-period City and Color stuff as well, songs like Wasted Love and Fragile Bird. So I do like Dallas Green and City and Color, but I tend to take him in small doses because his music tends to be more on the somber, reflective side, and that is totally cool. It's the opposite of Alexisonfire, of course, which I love. I love them. They're a great band, but it's the opposite of Alexisonfire. They're a very hardcore and heavy band, and City and Color is the opposite. It's very much more on the somber and reflective and folky side of things, which is not a bad thing at all. So I do like music from Dallas Green, although I can only take him in small doses. And I have to say that this new album, The Love Still Held Me Near, although I think that it's a great performance from Dallas Green and the musicians that he has on the record, I find this record to be a little bit too somber and a little bit too depressing, for lack of a better word. Yes, now before you come at me, I know that this album is actually about a friend of Dallas Green who passed away a few years ago, that Dallas Green is making this record to reflect on the death of his friend and to process those feelings, which I totally understand. And I think that's a great artistic thing to do. But when you're a listener like me, who's somebody a little bit more casual, I don't listen to a lot of City and Color music, it can tend to be a little bit too much. And this record is pretty long. It clocks in at almost 60 minutes. And a lot of the songs themselves clock in at around 5 or 6 minutes, which is, for me, really too long. And I'll get into it a little bit more in the review. But the songs in this are too long. And I think overall, for a casual fan like myself, somebody who doesn't really listen to a lot of City and Color, this might just be going a little bit too far into the somber side for me. I hope that doesn't make me sound uncaring, because that's totally not the vibe that I'm going for. I'm just saying, on a musical level, I know that Dallas Green has put a lot of his heart and soul and a lot of his feelings into this record, which is awesome, and you can feel it in every moment and every breath that he sings on this record. But it's just a little bit too somber for me, for somebody who's listening to 60 minutes of it all in one go. But let's get into the songs that I enjoyed on The Love Still Held Me Near. There's actually a few of them. I think the album started out very strong. The first few tracks on this record, which were released before the record came out, I think are the strongest tracks on the album. So Fucked It Up is the first song. Great title on this record. It has a great melody. It has a roots rock vibe, which is very much a roots rock folky vibe that Dallas Green has, even when he has his band. It's really cool. Very tasteful, graceful performances on this record all around from everybody involved. Like I said, it's got a great title. It's heartfelt, it's genuine, it's melancholy, and of course, Dallas Green, always when I hear him sing, he brings up memories and thinking about Jeff Buckley, who was a great vocalist and songwriter in the 90s who tragically died very young. But Dallas Green, he channels a lot of that Jeff Buckley vibe, I believe, and I think that's never a bad thing. Going to the next song on the record, Underground, had these really shimmering guitars, had a good beat. It had a really cool bass groove on this one as well. It's very spacious, had great vocals from Dallas Green. And I also really liked Meant to Be, which I know is dedicated to his friend who tragically passed away. It was very heartfelt and touching, and it's kind of got that waltzy feeling. And yeah, it's just like, I know I'm saying it's a very somber record, but you can feel the emotion coming from Dallas Green throughout this record, which I thought was really great. So the first 3 tracks on this album, I think it started out very strong, but then started to lose me as things went on. The next song that we get to is the title track, The Love Still Held Me Near. There's some cool synth on this one. There's some really cool guitar actually on this one. It was pretty ripping song. So I liked it when the band kind of took it up a notch a little bit. They don't do it too much on this record. It's not like they're ripping solos flows throughout the whole thing, but when they do take things up a notch and rip it a little bit, there's nothing wrong with that. It's a good title track. To me, it was okay. There are some things I liked about that song, but it wasn't something that jumped out to me, especially after the first 3 tracks on the record. A Little Mercy reminded me of a mix of Radiohead and Pink Floyd, which is a pretty good combination if you ask me. But again, very long. This song is 6 minutes. Most of these songs are clocking in at 5 or 6 minutes. And when I was listening to this album, it got very tiring, because when you think about a song that's 6 minutes, you're thinking about a song that really is going to take you on a little bit of a journey and have lots of dynamics and ebbs and flows and peaks and valleys throughout the song, solos and little drum things and vocal things and changing things up. But the thing with the songs on this record, they're 6 minutes long, but they start the same, they end the same. They don't really go anywhere in any special direction that you're hoping that they're going to go for, which is absolutely fine. But it kind of lost my interest as I got more into the record. And then we have the song "The Things We Choose to Care About." This is an acoustic song that really reminded me of early City and Colour when Dallas Green was just doing the acoustic thing. Very dashboard confessional at the time. It was heartfelt, but I think I was already bored as I got into that song. And we have "After Disaster." This song completely lost me. I thought it was a filler song. I didn't really like that at all. And the thing about these songs is that I'm not expecting things to be like super poppy catchy all the time, but I do think that they could have done a little bit more with the vocals here and there to make things pop on certain songs. And then we have a song called "Without Warning." This was another one of the 3/4 kind of waltz time, but I didn't really like it. It's a nice love song, so obviously it's nice to change things up with the kind of the more of the themes of grief and things like that happening on this record. And then things just kind of went downhill for me on this album. I was really losing interest as I was getting into the latter half of this album. It's a very long album, clocking in at 60 minutes, which is fine. I don't have a bad attention span. I just like things to be a little bit more dynamic as a listening experience. Unfortunately, this seemed to be just a lot of the same as it got towards the end of the record. Hard Time was okay. And the thing about these songs is they don't have any breakdowns. They don't have anything different that is making it worthy of the length of all these songs. And then, unfortunately, the last few songs on this record all just blended into me as I was listening to the record. There's "Water Is Coming," "Bound Out to Love," and "Begin Again," which were the last 3 tracks on this record. And although I thought it started strong on "The Love Still Held Me Near," it really lost my interest towards the middle and towards the end. I think even though there are some great songs on this record that Dallas Green could have used to cut things just a little bit and shorten the overall length of the record. Yes, so although I think that the performances on "The Love Still Held Me Near" are amazingly tasteful and very strong, there's some great musicians playing on this record, of course. And that's the thing with all these rock album reviews. These are all talented bands. These are all talented musicians. They wouldn't be where they are without being good at what they do. So there's no problems there. But you think that after this many albums from Dallas Green that he would try to change it up a little bit. The thing that I was thinking today about this album and about what he does with Alexisonfire is that obviously Alexisonfire is a much heavier band, and City and Colour is the lighter touch that he has as a side project and now one of pretty much his main band. But like, why can't you meet something in the middle? Like, why does one project have to be absolutely heavy and the other project has to be absolutely folky and light? Like, why can't you just meet in the middle and do something that rocks hard while still having the emotion? I would like to hear that from Dallas Green. I would like to hear him change things up. So 58 minutes on this thing, pretty long in the tooth, almost an hour of listening, and there just wasn't enough variety for it to be that long for me. When you have 5 to 6 minute songs and they're not really doing anything, it loses your attention over time. And this talented, but again, it was very somber. I know that is what Dallas Green is going for on this record. He's processing his emotions about the death of his friend and many other things that are going on in his life. That's what he does the City and Colour project to do. That's what he does it for. So I understand that's what he's going to do on this record. But again, from somebody who doesn't listen to a ton of City and Colour, it was a little bit too much for me. And I think that the record was really well performed, but it was just a little bit too somber. Some of the songs don't go anywhere, and it lost me very quickly throughout the record. I really thought it started strong with songs like "Fucked It Up" and songs like that, and then lost my attention span as we got through it. So I'm gonna give the new album from City and Colour, "The Love Still Held Me Near," unfortunately I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5. And that is it, guys. That is my review for the new album from City and Color called The Love Still Held Me Near. Let me know what you thought of the new album in the comments below. Make sure to like this video. We'd appreciate that. Make sure to subscribe to us here on the Rock Squad channel so you don't miss out on rock album reviews and talking about all sorts of rock music. We talk about every genre of rock music here on the Rock Squad channel. You know, we love hard rock, we love metal, but we also love pretty much everything. We love pop rock. I love dreamy indie rock. I love everything rock. So on this channel, we try to talk about pretty much everything rock, the heavy stuff, the light stuff, and everything in between. So make sure to subscribe to us here on the Rock Squad channel and share this video with your friends and your fellow City and Color and Alexis on Fire fans. You can follow us on social media at Rock Squad Pod on Facebook, Twitter, and no, not Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Make sure to follow us there and check out my band. We're called Fools Union. If you love music like Foo Fighters and Oasis and Weezer and stuff like that, you're going to like us as well. We're called Fools Union. You can check us out at foolsunion.com. But I will see you guys again for another rock album review here on the Rock Squad channel. Until then, rock on, everybody.